Welcome back to Medicine Made Easy with me, Kavya Tendral. Now, we will continue with the prevention of occupational diseases, that is, the Factories Act 1948, the legislative measures. Before we actually go into the theory part of this Factories Act, let us listen to a small story which makes us remember the subheadings. The story is all about a person who's continually worked for 12 months in a factory and now he's on a leave. In that leave, he's saying about one day in his factory. Now, the story goes like this. There was an employee, the man, he is getting ready to the factory. He goes to the factory. He does all the work in the factory in a particular time. Now he's going to come out. And sometime when he's going to coming out of the factory, he thinks that he may be even affected some process which he's doing in the factory. That means he would have acquired some any hazard or disease or whatever in that factory. And he's waiting for the leave. At last, after 12 months, he got a leave, and that leave he was given with wages. So this is the story. Now, what does Factories Act is going to say is the same. The Factories Act is going to speak about the factory, the employee, working hours, hazardous process, occupational health diseases of the hazard, and leave with wages. Let us now see everything in detail. Now, Factories Act defines factory as an establishment employing 10 or more workers where power is used, 20 or more workers with power is not used, and there is no distinction between perennial and seasonal factories. 2 points to remember: it speaks about the number of workers and power is used. To remember, see, whenever a raw material is converted into a product, it is called manufacturing process. This is what basically happens in all factories. Now, for this conversion, if at all one worker is needed, one worker is assisting him, two. Remember two. It is only to remember number two. So, two people, so 20 or more employee where power is not needed, and one employee where he's using power. So 10 or more employee when power is used, it is going to define a factory. Now in the factory, who is an employee? Is a contract labor employed in the manufacturing process. This is given by 1976 amendment. Here the state government are authorized to appoint besides the chief inspectors of the factory, as many additional chief inspectors, joint chief inspectors, deputy chief inspectors, and inspectors to enforce the provision of law. Now let us move on to the health, welfare, and safety of the employee. Now, under this topic we have, there should be a treatment of the waste and effluents, because this is actually going to affect the natural environment in and around the factory site. There should be treatment of the waste and effluents. Cleanliness should be maintained in and around the plant, and there should be elimination of the dust and the fumes, and that is actually to provide a good ventilation and lighting in the factory. Apart from this, remember this diagram where someone is going to drink water, and there's a spittoon here, and there is a room there. He or she, the employee, should be given clean drinking water, and drinking water should be cool in summer seasons, and a cooler should be kept for 250 or more employees, one cooler. And for one employee, it is recommended that 500 cubic feet space is needed. There can be provision of spittoons, and this room is actually a separate urinals and latrine for male and female. Next, coming to safety provision. Remember safety provision, just remember one thing: safety is like 100%. And we know a worker in a factory is by definition 10 or more workers with power. Nowadays, many factories are requiring power. So take number 10. Now multiply these two, 10 and 100, it gives 1000. Just to remember only, one safety officer is needed for 1000 or more workers. Next, there should be no employee should lift weight that cause injury to him. He can, when the weight is so much, he can use a crane or any vehicles or something. Next is specific welfare measures. To remember this, just see this diagram. Now there are creches, canteen, first aid box, and ambulance and welfare officer. Just simply remember the story. Now this is actually a story. There's a woman with a baby. So creches were a room for a child less than 6 years, for a working mother. More than or equal to 30 women who is working in a factory with a baby, then they can be given a creche. Canteens can be provided to 250 or more people, and 500 or more for people who work in the factory, there can be provision of ambulance and welfare officer. Then first aid box can be placed for one for 150 workers. Now, a baby usually cries for hungry. There should be a canteen. Supposing the baby is falling here and there, they make it need a first aid box, first aid to be done. So the first aid box is there, done. Next, in case of any emergency, it has to be taken to hospital nearby. So an ambulance is ready, and to take care of everything, the welfare officer is there. So remember the story like this: there should be a creche wherein which a mother and baby is living. There should be a canteen, first aid box, ambulance, and welfare officer. The number you need to remember. Next, coming to employment. Any child with less than 14 years are not allowed to work. Even women are not allowed to work when it is a dangerous occupation. Supposing if it's a 15 to 18 years old child, then he can work, but that should be certified by a certifying surgeon for fitness. He or she can work from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. and that to 5 to 4.5 hours per day. If it is more than 18 years of age, anyone can work, but that is for 9 hours per day. How to remember? So remember, they become an adult, right? So A is the first letter. So remember, like after 18 we have 19. So the number 19. This one we can take it as A. So it means adult can work for 9 hours per day. So 9 hours per day means this 9 hours per day with half an hour rest after 5 hours of continuous work. So in total, a worker can work for 48 hours per week to not to more than 60 hours per week, including the overtime. That is one thing. And next, if at all the worker is working continuously for 12 months, he can be given a leave with wage. This we have seen initially in the story, right? Yes. So that leave can be 1 day leave for 15 days in children and 1 day leave for 20 days in adults. This can be extended to 40 days in children and 30 days in adults accumulated. If at all the worker is suffering from a disease, it should be notified early and health survey should be done. In hazardous processes, usually all hazardous processes which is going on in a factory will be mentioned in the first schedule of the act. These hazardous processes are to examine the service condition of the employee who is actually working in the factory involving the hazardous process, and it is to be constituted for recommendation. Specific responsibility of the occupier in relation to the hazardous process were also made with workers' participation in safety management. Now, we have come to the end. This is taken from majority from the Park textbook of community medicine 26th edition. Apart from this, these are all two references: Mahajan Gupta textbook of PSM and this online source. Hope I made the points clear. At last, to simply summarize, to remember the factory, remember 10 or more workers with power, 20 or more workers without power. A worker is a contract laborer. Then remember about this health, welfare and safety. This diagram, and one safety officer for more 1,000 or more workers. Then less than 14, completely restricted, adult, 9 hours per day, 12 months of continuous work, then leave with wages is given. Then there is something called site appraisal committee which take care of this hazardous process is going on in the factory. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Let us see in the next video. Until then, stay tuned.